Welcome and good evening to the Sunday Night Takeaway show. And as you can see, I've got with me at the moment Fuzzy and Jez. Gents, how are we both doing?
Good.
Very well, very well.
All good. Let's fill up with this Euros, man. Let's get rid of it.
Yeah, sooner rather than later. Can't go quick enough.
Bin the waistcoat merchant. Bin that guy off real nice and quick. Get us a real manager. Playing some real football. And making the most of some talented players.
I can't stand it's just boring, man. It's boring. And I'm just up it now. I just want to get back to proper football, you know?
Yeah.
Real
that far off now. Yeah, we'll talk about that shortly. I've just been looking at some of the friendlies coming up. We'll have a little discussion about that because that's some interesting ones in there. But first of all, let's say hello to our people in the chat as always. Henry, evening Tony, are you enjoying your weekend? Yeah, well, apart from yesterday's game, it's been pretty good otherwise. Big up to Arsenal Manic, good evening all. Let's say hello to each other. All good. Evening Joanne, hello all. Hope you're all well.
Big up Joe.
Steve, good to see you back in here, mate. Steve Cox, evening gents, evening chatters. Hope everyone's well. Big man thing, and of course, we can't go anywhere without having King Mikel in there. Have a good one. Thank you much, King Mikel. Big up to E. Ross. Tony, come on, clog my sink plate. You still got a clogged up sink, E. Ross. That's not good. That's not good at all, man.
Time to whip out the plunger.
Yes. Good evening, usual suspects. Good evening, all. And we've also got Pepsi Pack in the house as well. Bacon sandwiches and Pepsi. Great Sunday night. Lovely. Oof. Well, got to go. If it's the bacon, what have we got? Streaky bacon, back bacon, smoked bacon, unsmoked bacon. Let us know.
Smoky, crispy bacon.
Yeah. That's funny enough. I'm having that tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Bacon and egg sandwiches. Yeah. Can't be. I had bacon and egg sandwich last night as well. I just fancy it again today, to be fair.
Oh, it's good. Henry, please have a like and share if you're new to this awesome channel. Tony's, if you're already subbed, smash them likes instead. Thank you very much, Henry. And obviously, don't forget to subscribe to Arsenal History and More, as well as Hot Fuzz OG as well, please. Much appreciated. Aces, as always, Godfather Jez.
Yeah, Aces.
Coke banned from my house.
I wonder why.
Well, big up Moss Sports World. Sunday early doors, 1 p.m. here. Big ups to yourself as well. Yeah, big up just to you there from Benjamin.
Big up Benjamin.
Yeah, very well, mate. I cannot watch them. Say hello. Like and share. Yeah, Jones agreeing with you, Jez. Oh, I'm bored with these Euros. Hello, King Mikel Terrence. How's Mikel doing? What's a Topoco? Could be anything we're going to be talking about, Dave. Back bacon with brown sauce.
Yeah.
What's the topic? We'll talk about most things, Dave. Preseason friendlies, the Euros briefly, and hopefully some transfer business and what's going on in the world. I'll be on a bit, just eating a sticky toffee pudding.
Oh. My Sunday lunch puddings were gooseberries, gooseberry pie, and gooseberry falls, which is like a yogurty pudding in a fancy shaped glass, all homemade by my mother. So a very interesting concept.
You'll be a chef.
Well, it was all made by her, so hopefully there's something that I can pick up on as a life skill.
Young Jack he's a chef, young Jack Ramsey.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we need to get him to cook some food, Jez. I think he's slacking in that department.
I'm going to go with him about it, but there you go.
Well, he does technically share the same last namesake as a certain Scottish chef.
Yeah,
Of course.
if your last name's Ramsey, you better know how to cook. At the very least, boil an egg.
Yeah, good point, man.
All Premier League fixtures are now changed with TV. Bloody hell.
What?
Sky.
Yeah, a lot of the times have changed, haven't they?
Yeah. Apple crumble with cream. Apple crumble and raspberry ice cream.
Oh.
Fuzzy is too posh. Just had some jazzles, them white buttons with hundreds and thousands in them. Bloody hell, remember them? God, blimey, making us all bloody hungry, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm starving now.
I was gonna... Any new transfers to mention? Well, I suppose the one that's just recently come through, isn't it? Obviously, Alisi is now a done deal to buy in Munich, so that's a £60 million fee that's now done.
Yeah.
So good business for Crystal Palace in that respects.
Yeah.
Knickerbocker glory, usual suspects saying. But yeah, I mean, you're still trying to get this Calafiori signed, aren't you, Jez, Arsenal?
Well, apparently the last I heard was fee agreed. It's now down to add-ons, bonuses, I think personal terms have been agreed. That's what I heard. I don't know. It's just a matter now of doing whatever the other bits and bobs they get up to. So, don't know, mate. We'll wait and see. But it's interesting. Will that be the end of Zinchenko? Because personally, I think Zinchenko had a very poor season last year. I don't think he's the levels, but is this Calafiori an inverted left back type player? Don't know. Don't know enough about him. I can't say. So be interesting.
Yeah, because I know Chelsea apparently going for him as well. So be very interesting if you get it across the line. But most people are saying it's already a done deal. But as always, but then saying that, it took a while for you to sort the Raya deal out as well.
Yes. It always takes ages at Arsenal. It's like drawing teeth, isn't it? Drag it out. Still haven't done the one we need, though, mate. We still haven't done. Still not looking for a bloody striker. Because apparently I'm told that Havertz is okay. He's the man. Really. Have you watched him in this tournament?
Yeah.
Well, not in the tournament anymore.
Watched him the other night. He was bloody awful.
Yeah, he hasn't done exactly great, has he?
No.
Not good signs for Arsenal in that respect. If he's going to be coming back and class as being number one, that's not going to be good. Pepsi Pack saying got 2 Arsenal shirts off a news site earlier for £15 each. Soccer 03. Nice endorsement.
Interesting.
I have to look out for that. Apparently, Delit is on LFC's transfer wishes. Yeah, you've got to make it into reality, don't they?
Yeah.
The wish list. Yeah, exactly. Or the wish list.
But yeah, he's pretty much already rubbished everybody else. He's said, like, no, I'm only going to United. There's nobody else I'm interested really in joining. So, yeah.
And I've got a very sad Steve Cox because, Ben Johnson has now left West Ham and joined Ipswich.
Oh.
Considering all the offers of a new contract, he turned down every single one of them. And, free agent. On to them now.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's, I feel it's a good move for the player. We've now got Max Kilman. I was just saying to Fuzzy early on, though, Jess, it's a 7-year deal that we've signed him on. So big contracts. So you got to wonder what's going on there. But the one that's the winners out of that deal is Maidenhead. because they've got a sell-on clause from it, so they get apparently £8 million from the deal.
Wow.
For a club like that, that's great investment.
Massive.
Joe saying, who's this player Arsenal want? Never heard of him. Oh, well, Calafiori. Yeah.
Yeah, they got to pay up. Was it Basel? They've got a percentage of the purchase as well, haven't they?
Yes. Yeah.
There's all that sort out, and it's all complicated, man. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. No, Tom. I mean, just like you, Pepsi saying the same thing. Just strike top priority, and still nothing. Mind you, saying that we're also looking for a striker as well. And just like you, the list is endless with the amount of names being banded. I mean, the recent one, again, rearing its head, is us and Spurs going for Ivan Toney.
Yeah. That's what I would have liked to have seen Man United go for, but I think it started with our transition as to how we've gone about our targets. As we started off sort of most interested in Sesko. Because he came out and said, well, no, I don't fancy leaving. I think Man United almost switched targets like that. Immediately, practically got it to like 50% done with Xerxes. I think the only thing really left to do now is deciding, as I said before the show, just deciding how they want to try and structure, if they can, structure how they're going to pay the transfer fee. Because if they do the clause, good value for the release clause, but it's all up front. So you're just paying bulk 34 mil, whereas they could try and negotiate to pay in installments, maybe a little bit more, but you're paying over several years and it frees up more of your budget for now. So legitimate cause to, make it your last point of contention before you pull the trigger on it. And, on the cusp of completing the first bit of business this summer, second player following up straight away. Bit of patience, but it seems to be starting to fall into place.
Yeah, so at least you do. Or I mean, we've done. Kilman's now our third signing after, say, this Gil Herm. Now we've got obviously Fodringham as a backup keeper to the backup keeper, and now say Kilman. So we're doing all right at the moment. But yeah, as you said, Jez, Arsenal seem to wait until the last knockings before they decide they're going to buy someone. But who's that Warrior Melon Man? Big up to you as well. What a name.
Look at that.
Havers has had it. Yeah.
He's not a player, Tony. He's not a player, man, that's going to get you 20 plus goals a season. I mean, he had a good second half of the season to a point.
Yeah.
Like scoring a few goals, few assists, but it's proven 2 seasons on the bounce, right? 2 seasons, yeah. We had Nketiah running the line, not good enough. Havertz, second part of the season, not good enough. If you're going to win the Premier League, and we've finished twice, 2 seasons on the bounce, you've got to have a top flight striker. Somebody's going to get you 20 goals, guaranteed. With Nketiah, I mean, why is he still at the club? God only knows. It's quite clear to me either Arteta's had a change of heart, because he didn't play him hardly ever from Christmas onwards.
No.
He was a bench warmer. And, this is what worries me about Arsenal's direction again, is that, and I think one of the biggest problems, personally, is Edu. I think he just doesn't know what he's doing. He hasn't got the experience. And this is something I was chatting about the other night on, I can't remember if it was mine or somebody else's stream. But I don't think, right, that Edu and Arteta have got the magnetism to attract the big boys, the big names. Not like it used to be when we had Wenger, or back in the day when we had a proper management team with David Dean, Sir Peter Hillwood. When they were going around looking for players, it was a different game altogether. You know, we could get those players in. I mean, everybody talks about when Bergkamp joined, when Bruce Rioch bought Dennis Bergkamp. A lot of that was down to David Dean and Sir Peter. They were the ones talking to him. It wasn't Bruce Rioch going over there and talking to him. They did it. And this continual bullshit I hear about, once we're in the Champions League, we'll attract world-class players. Tell me one world-class player Arsenal have attracted. Tell me one. I can't think of one. I can't think of any. You know, what, Jorginho, Havertz, David Raya? Yeah.
No.
David Raya, I like him. I've got a lot of time for him, man. But, sorry, not any of those three I've just mentioned are world class.
And this is the thing. Well. Go on, Fuzzy,
sorry. Just as I think we discussed previously, I said it to Anthony about the reason with Nketiah still being here, and so you were mentioning that perhaps managers had changed their heart. I think I put it down to this whole thing about pricing players out of moves away from the clubs, because I think Anthony has said that he was valued somewhere around 50 million, like the latest pricing. But if you're desperate to get rid of a player, you don't price a player that far above market value. You price them realistically to what their contribution to your team is and how much interest you predict that player would get from the market should he be listed. So you find that middle ground, but for some reason they're just like, no, he's young, he's British, here, have 50, 60 million. It's like, it's almost the negotiation tactics of like a Brentford for Ivan Toney when Arsenal came calling. Oh, we were selling to you for 100 mil. He's not worth 100 mil.
No.
So he's pricing someone like an Nketiah out of a move. Well, that right there screams a massive problem. And as you said, Edu being a big part of that, Edu's probably one of the frontal voices or the big voices that actually echoes that. So, good luck with selling anybody else.
I don't think Arsenal, personally, if you want my honest opinion, Nketiah is worth more than 25, 30 million, max.
But this is the thing, though, isn't it? If you're going to start overpricing for your players, then there's your problem. I mean, the player's happily sitting on his arse, basically kind of get £100,000 a week for doing nothing. And the club's happy to do this. It's wrong. I mean, if the player wants to progress, and you've got to look at the player as well. If he's quite happy to sit there, I'll be banging on the door. Or, either you're going to play me or you sell me. And you leave it like that.
What happens is, if he doesn't get sold, right, in this window or come January, when his contract comes for renewal, we'll let him go for nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, we've done it so many times. We've just let players walk out the door for no money because, when we can't, we want a silly amount of money for the player, right? Yeah. Nobody's interested. Nobody comes in for that player because the cost is just ridiculous. And then we just sit there, play him maybe in the Carrier Bag Cup or something like that. But that's it. 100 bags a week for doing nothing, not scoring enough goals or any contribution, and then sitting there and then let him just walk out the door for nothing. That is bad business.
Yes.
You have to blame management for that. You cannot blame the player, right? Because I'm sure Nketiah wants to progress his career. And as you said, Tony, if Arteta is a proper manager, right? If he's got any balls about him, he'd say to Nketiah, look, sorry, your time is done here. You're not going to get any game time. We want to see you progress and, thank you for your service, but it's time to leave. And we're going to let you go for 30 million, argument's sake. Don't put a stupid bloody price on the guy.
No, exactly. Because he's an academy player as well, isn't he? So it's pure profit. So when you look at it, you're not losing out on anything. It's 25, 30 million is a gain. Whatever way you look at it as a businessman, it's a gain. Just going on some of the comments here. Is Calafiori to Arsenal deal a real thing? Yeah, apparently so. It is definitely that. Steve Cox is saying here, Moyes failed to get us into Europe, so no top players for us. Kielman's probably the marquee sign in this window. If that is the case, that is a bit worrying. If it is that. Either waiting for Poundland sales for transfer targets. Wow, they're just saying like each other.
I suppose
Jesus always in the treatment room. Sorry, mate.
True that, but apparently I've seen about 35 minutes ago that Arsenal interested in another goalkeeper, Daniel Bentley, 30-year-old backup goalkeeper from Wolves. I was thinking, what world are Arsenal in? They're trying to chase for a Premier League title or make signs to get them across the line. Backup goalkeepers, guys.
We've bought a backup goalkeeper.
You want to buy another one?
You know, I mean, what is this fascination with keep buying goalkeepers? Since Arteta's been here, we bought 7, I think.
7 goalkeepers. Wow.
I think we've sold Martinez. Ramsdale will be going, that's for sure. And we bought. I think we bought 7 goalkeepers. I mean,
that's mad.
Can't make it up.
That's mad. No, not at all. Pepsi saying West Ham will probably sign Eddie and Kitty, and yeah, let's hope not. I know Anthony tries to flog this one. Saudi Arabia wants, because I saw this as well, Fuzzy. Apparently, Bruno Fernandes to Saudi, as well as.
I think that's a Saudi thing, though, isn't it? Every big prospect in Europe, or big name in Europe, the Saudi investment funds, they want to secure all of these names if they can. If it was in their perfect world, they'd sign everybody. But they're always putting out these feelers to say, what would you say if we signed you and gave you a nice, fat, stacked contract to be in Saudi for 3 to 5 years? Would you come? And most players at this point in time are still saying no. So I think at the moment we're getting a lot of Saudi interest in players that probably aren't going to move unless you're in somebody like an Edison's shoes, where it's like, well, you've been at City for a little while now, you've won a lot of trophies. Are you feeling the incentive to stay at City and just keep going and going and going, or do you fancy taking a bit more of a luxury payday?
And you don't pay tax in Saudi.
True that, yeah.
That's true. Yeah, totally agree on this one, though, from Usual Suspect. What a gem from non-league Alan Devonshire was. Yeah, class player.
He was.
He was a class player. See, what's going on with Jesus, though? Is he's another one? He's up for sale, Jez? He's got to be on his way out, surely.
Yeah, I mean, his injury record now. Why did we buy him anyway from Man City? He had a poor injury record then. So we bought another crock. I mean, he's not, he admits he's not a natural goal scorer. So what the hell are we doing with him? Yeah. Get rid. If we are serious contenders to win this Premier League, then we've got to get some of this crap out the door.
Yeah, totally agree.
There's players here, man, should have been gone a long, long time ago.
Because it is stopping you, I suppose, financial, this FFP thing, or the FRP, what you want to call it now. It's going to be a problem for you guys, isn't it, at the end of the day?
Yeah.
Big up going to ER. Fan base is a problem, Jez, for accepting it. Yeah. Mediocrity. Yeah. Would have us do better in a 4-4-2 formation? I don't know. Don't think so. Can't see it. Arsenal has a World Cup keeper not long ago in Martinez. Apparently wasn't good for Arsenal. He was star man in the World Cup final, and the other day he saved 3 pens against Colombia in the Copa.
Yeah.
There you go. Where's the Herbert? Has anyone seen Anthony? So you got one more field to plough. He's apparently eating the biggest sticky toffee pudding you've ever seen. Apparently, that's why he's taking so long. Big up Aguna Matata. Big up the Irons in the panel. Sean saying Arsenal have a poor management team. We've witnessed that, haven't we? And even your medical team is not exactly great with players coming back on and actually being injured.
Oh, mate. Yeah, that was just ludicrous. Ludicrous.
And then there's Man United taking former Arsenal doctors and getting the same problems as
Yes, true.
Oh, no.
Pink Eye 24, formerly known as Cold Fuzz 22. Sorry I'm late. My pink eye flared up again. Wow.
And you saw our eyes for a little while there, so thankfully I haven't got pink eye at the moment.
We'll like that as well. Good afternoon, Lawrence from Lexington, Kentucky, USA. How you doing, Lawrence? Hope it's all well.
Be up, Lawrence.
We'll not be taking any pay cutting wages, never worth £100 a week. Would you? If someone offered you that a week, would you turn it? Would you take a pay cut? Of course not.
No.
Surely take that money. Evening to Jaminio. Smash the likes up. Thank you very much, mate. And read this. What's the mate is saying here? We need to get Southgate at point. A nice man, but a fool of a manager. Bailed out by a sucker and Bellingham. Only made sub and went onto the front foot once we're heading right out. Here he is. He's had two. He just told me he's had 2 sticky toffee puddings. A greedy bastard. And here he is.
Fat fucker.
You fat bastard. You
fat bastard. He didn't just have his; he had everybody else's around the table as well.
No, I had the smallest portion. My missus had the biggest bit. She's still upstairs because I'm already packed for holiday for tomorrow, and my son's packed, and he's just waiting for her. Women always say the men pack last. They're always like last to do things. In my house, it's the other way around.
Well, we may pack last, but we pack the fastest.
25 minutes to pack a suitcase. That ain't bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Guys.
That long?
It'd be about 20 minutes.
That long,
It didn't take me about 15, 20 minutes because I literally just see stuff and I'm just like, yeah, in. How many days am I there for? 7 days, right? 7 of these happy days.
Yeah, but he's got to put all these fluorescent mankinis in the suitcase as well as his underpants.
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah. So that's a secret.
Where you going anyway?
I just going into Dorset, Weymouth. Yeah, right there. It's a little breakaway, and we're gonna go in. I think we're gonna go down to Cornwall in October time. So
So you go next door then.
Oh, partly, yeah.
Yeah, just going across the borders.
Yeah.
Well, you get some decent weather, man. We're having shit weather up here, I tell you.
Yes, I looked on there, and guess what? They reckon on the BBC weather, they said we got thunder there tomorrow, thunder Tuesday. There's light spells and bit of sun on Wednesday, hot Thursday, and rain on Friday. So I'm only doing the Monday to the Friday look. So
Nice.
yeah, so you've got. Trouble is though, even if you go there and you've got a bit of shit weather, you've got to make the most of it, haven't you? You know what I mean?
Of course you have.
Yeah.
Well, there are things called pubs.
Yeah.
Yes. I will be in the pub watching England on Wednesday night in the semi-final. I said everybody they can go away, they can go and do whatever they want, but I'll be watching the football. So
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jaminio's agreeing with you here, Jez. I've just heard we're linked with Daniel Bentley. Why the fuck do we want Wolves' backup keeper? Why can't we sign a competent player instead of him? Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. They all sound like each other here. Rels is saying Nketiah is a joke of a player. Yeah, I think we totally agree on that one. Big up to Early Doors Football TV's Gabe Paul Star Tash. Only 12 likes, not good enough. Get the likes bashed. Yeah, you heard the man. Jaminio saying we'll steal Tierney, Ramsdale, Smith Rowe, Nketiah, Lokonga, Tavares, and Nelson for a grand total of 35 million. This is Eddie we're talking about. Wow.
well, there is rumours, and there is rumours. I don't know if you've discussed it yet. There is rumours that what's the one the winger played for Leeds? It went to Barcelona.
Rafinha.
Rafinha, yeah. There's talks that we could be in with a swap deal to get him. So Rafinha comes to us, and one of our players go to them. Personally, there was talks that it could be Eddie Nketiah, but I can't picture Eddie Nketiah going to Barcelona. There's no way that would happen. No way.
Signed Braithwaite, the Danish bloke who's been around a few bottom feeder clubs. So
yeah,
who knows?
Well, they're talking about it. I was watching before. I think it was a thing about 30 minutes before you went live. I had Dan Potts show on, and he was chatting about all the transfers and that. And then a girl come on towards the end of his show. I'm not too sure if he's still live. He might be still live, actually. Not too sure, but they're talking about goalkeepers. I mean, we were supposed to be linked with this guy called Garcia from Espanyol. So whether we're going to get him. That could be a different story.
I thought we'd bought him.
Well, Jess, I'll be honest with you. I mean, Raya took a bloody ages, didn't he, to get across the line? But I mean, there's all these players that we're so-called interested in, but why haven't we done any business yet? I mean, we're talking about this Italian left back. It plays for Bologna.
Calafiori.
Yeah. And apparently he's not a bad player. He's a good player. So obviously that brings out Sichenko out the door. There's talks, obviously, Chiarantini could be leaving. That's in the region of around about I believe, £18 million. So so that's not too bad. Kivior, there's stories, rumors going around that he could be leaving. So there's a few things. There's a few things going around, but it's like what I said to everybody. Till I actually see them signing or they're stood there with a shirt on, I don't believe any of this.
Nope. Smith Rowe could be going to Palace as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I've read that. Yeah, that'd be a good deal. I mean, Fabio Vieira, I mean, what the bloody hell is he still doing here? I mean, there's so many players we've got to get rid of, but we're limited of the players, what we're getting in, Jez. And then, obviously, we've got Champions League football next season. If we pick up any injuries throughout the season, we're back to bare wood again. We got no depth at the team, in the club. So I can't see us getting rid of all of these players, to be honest with you. And that 20-goal striker that we so-called need, forget it. I don't think it's going to happen. So I don't think it's going to happen at all. I mean, we're going in for Pedro Neto, but Tottenham they've gone in for him as well. So it's a tug of war between Arsenal and Tottenham if they want to get Pedro Neto. So that's it. But he's quite injury prone, this Pedro Neto. So
that's the trouble, isn't it?
That is the trouble.
Interesting one here from Tremino. Sorry, Jess, I was just on this one because it's like it looks like you like the R's for some reason. Runnison, Ryan, Ramsdale, Raya. Turner's the odd one out, obviously, and Hine. So you extended a contract on Ramsdale and Hines, but yet you're not playing them.
No.
It just don't make sense.
No.
Well, that's our manager for you. And Edu, you can't blame everybody blames the Cronkies. You can't blame the Cronkies. No. You can't. They've backed this manager 750 million, right? And what is he going to spend this season? I said it before, Tim, on our shows. The money we have spent on Declan Rice, that 100 million, we ain't going to spend 100 million now on another player until a few seasons down the line. Arsenal, they just ain't.
Yeah.
If the fan base are crying out collectively for the superstar signing or that Arsenal squad needs this, that's when they'll go out and do that sort of business. But they're in no real rush to do much business. It's like with you saying, players. There's not guys like Fabio Vieira's. Why are they still here? Well, it's the same reason that Cedric Suarez and Mohamed Elneny were released. They left the club on freeze.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they're doing. All the lower value players in your squad, rather than getting them out now, cashing in on them, getting a little bit of a fee, and rotating that roster now. They're just letting those contracts run down and replacing them with players of a similar ilk just because it's necessary. And that's a big problem for Arsenal, is they're only doing particular business because it's necessary. What about right the way throughout the team? All of your younger players, academy players, integration into first team, your backup players, third choice, second choice, and then your first choice. Every base has to be addressed, every single window. But Arsenal only really do what is necessary and what is in demands the most.
Trouble is, though, Fuzzy, with that there was only one manager that did that with Arsenal, and that was Arsene Wenger. You had your players in their position, you had your backup players, and even if your backup players got injured, that was when Arsene Wenger brought in the reserves, the young talent that we had. You've seen it, Jez will tell you. When Carabao Cup, a fine example, but it was Carling Cup then, let the youths do it. And I tell you what, they've had a decent run, our youths in that tournament, in the cup. But they've got them to a semi-final. I think they got us to a final once, and obviously we lost the final to Birmingham. But Arteta don't believe in youth. He doesn't believe in it. All he knew,
it's a youth policy. How can you say that? It's a youth policy. That's what the narrative is, Anthony. It's a youth policy. So why don't you use the youth? Because, and I'll shut up, mate. I'm just going to put this point, right? We had a player called Balogun, right? Went on loan, right? Went on loan to France. Had a decent season. Comes back last year. We sell him.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate.
I think that sums up your club at the moment. Unfortunately, there's no progression. Just going to go with some comments. Big up to Arsenal first. Don't get why we ain't signing Tony. It's an actual mindfuck. I'll take Arteta and Edu and kick off this fan base out of the club. This is your problem. It's like us. We're going to be. Aguerd doesn't want to be at West Ham. You've got Zuma that we're looking to offload. And yet we're screaming out for a striker, and we know we need defenders. But when you look at this as a forward, they've got Tony that's going to be available, no doubt, to any club. But yet, if you use that, especially when you look at last season, when the strong rumours, and you saw so many streams saying that Tony's coming to Arsenal. Why is he still where he is then, if that's the case?
It's because Brentford needs to replace him. They need to bring in a striker. If they're guaranteed to bring in a striker, then they'll let Ivan Toney go. Ivan Toney coming to Arsenal. I called it back before Christmas last season. That Ivan Toney, he's going to Tottenham. I'm telling you now, that is to replace a certain Harry Kane. Because when Harry Kane left, they got weak up front, Tottenham, didn't they? They didn't really replace them. So they couldn't find themselves a 20-goal season striker. So what they're doing now is going in for Ivan Toney for about, I think it's around about 50 million. So if they're going in for him, why can't Arsenal go in for him? Why can't we have a game of fucking tug of war between the both London teams? And say, look, we want him, we're going.
It will be two London teams. By all accounts, West Ham is the other one, Anthony. So it's not going to be used guys by the looks of it. So that's, that'll be very interesting. I'm just going to go on this one here because obviously, welcome to on Jesse's channel, Alpha Vec. As a German, Havertz is shit. His first touch is out of this world because he sends every ball he touches to the moon. His finishing is breathtaking because I shout every time he misses. He is shit. Big up to Alf.
Big up, Sal.
Fair play, man.
I'm going to come back shortly to a starred comment for when we talk a little bit about England briefly. Only we win tails, lads. Wow, the dog. Yeah, win the dog. It's about to be the 8th season that Eddie Ketter is on their payroll. Well, that That just tells you all. That just tells you all. Wow. Big up Fuzzy, Anthony, Tony, and Jez. 4 likes, 191 subs. 9 more, please, people. Yep. Let's get Fuzzy up to the 200 sub mark. It'd be great to see him get to there. Henry, even Anthony.
Yep, Henry.
Lodge is saying, it looks like he's just played a match against West Ham.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Looks like he's just played 10 minutes against West Ham.
Steve's asking suitcase. Yeah, Anthony's going away, mate. He's having a break.
Yeah.
24 episodes has done him in. He's done about the work. He don't do nothing at work.
Yeah, Mama.
So I've heard anyway. Pepsi's saying, go to Bath. Bristol Rovers play them in a friendly on Saturday. He definitely wants to get you going there, mate.
Yeah.
Just waiting for that. Waiting for the arrival of that shirt in your in the mailbox. It'll be there when you get back.
The Goat Says Football says, I was at Dusseldorf cheering for Switzerland. Gutted we lost. We'll come on to that. Thank you, Steph. Big up early doors in the game. 18 likes. Thank you very much, Steph. Elevator profile pick Tony's porn stash. Yeah. Porn stash.
Porn stash.
Jesus Christ.
What kind of stash?
Oh, sorry. This one here. Look, this is straw chewing fat bastard. I drive a tractor. Sorry, I'm late. I had 2 pretty large sticky toffee puddings to devour. Oh dear. Big up Lodge Watkins live 15 minutes from Camden Yards. Go O's. He's from Baltimore.
Got a mutant in your chat, man. You've got a mutant.
Yeah, I've seen that. Steve Cox with a porn test like that. It ain't just like the like button, it's getting bashed.
Mama will get rid of him.
Yeah, she'll do her job. He's in San Francisco, nice. Sunshine FC, Jez is live. Hey, big up, Miss Sunshine.
Yeah,
Hope you keep him well.
Hope you well.
It's a very sensible top you've got on. So I can see.
She's a really good host,
Yes, I've seen her. Yeah, she does some really good stuff.
We like that badge around these parts.
Arsenal Manic. Should Arsenal stick or twist for Martinelli? All 4 for Arsenal. Down the pecking order for Brazil. I personally think he deserves one more season to prove himself. So we put it to you, to Jez and Anthony, first of all. What do you think about that?
I'd give him one more go. He didn't have a great season, but he dropped. To me, he looked like he'd lost a yard of pace. Last season. So I would give him another season, and if he doesn't pick it up, if he doesn't score, because he was scoring goals, not last season, the season before, and I'd give him another season, and if he doesn't do it, then he's got to go out the door.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I'll give it one more season. But then again, you think of it, pretty much last season, Arsenal become predictable because mainly our passing, our attacking was coming down the right-hand side with Saka. But then again, when you've got someone like Ben White behind Saka, is good. In all fairness, Martinelli, he didn't have no one behind him. I mean, Kivior didn't have the pace to go, to overlap. Shevchenko goes in to do the inverted shit, which I don't like personally. I think that's a bit of crap. So in all fairness, Martinelli can only do what he can do out there. He was like a lost soul, and out on the left hand side. So hopefully, if we can get a decent left back in that can overlap Martinelli and start bringing balls into the box, with Martinelli drifting into the 18-yard boxes, but when the left back goes and does that, the wing back, sorry. I think we might find a different Martinelli. So hopefully, he'll start scoring goals next season. But that's one of the main reasons why he wasn't that great. In all fairness, because he was so knackered out there on that left, but he had no help basically. No help.
I don't think he's got the confidence either, though, Anthony. That's the difference as well. You could see he looks deflated. That's the thing. You can just see his body language. And that's a
Yeah.
hard thing to recover back from. For a footballer, it's hard to recover that back sometimes. And
It
has he
is,
got has he got the mentality for it? And not being funny, when you look at your man management skills with Arteta, we know where that usually ends up with your players.
Well, exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's like what you said with the mentality skill. I mean, obviously, your playing ability, it affects, your passing. Like what Jez said, feels like that he lost a yard of pace last season. I totally agree with what Jez said there. It did look like he lost a yard of pace last season. He didn't have his scoring boots on. He was poor around that area. And you just noticed it. And it seemed like if he started a full game, it just seemed like after 60 minutes, he was knackered. It reminded me when Wenger signed Podolski. When you watch Podolski used to play for Arsenal and Arsene
Big
Wenger,
up, Lee.
he only has 60 minutes in him. After the hour, Podolski was literally knackered. You had to take him off.
Yeah.
So that's what it reminded me of with Martinelli last season.
Yeah, I agree on that. Usual Suspect said I'd love Smith Rowe at West Ham. I must admit I would as well. I think the kid's wasted where he is at Arsenal, and he needs to move on in my eyes.
Give us 50 million, you can have him.
50 mil?
Yeah,
hold on. I just realised you've not said Nketiah. That's not bad.
Well, that's 100 million, isn't it? 50 million for Nketiah, 50 million for Smith Rowe. Thanks West Ham. Yeah, sorted.
James EAFC saying, big up guys, smash the likes. How many signings do you think we'll make? Major ones. That's how many Arsenal major signings do you think you're going to make?
I don't think we're going to make a big major signing. I think the players, if we get about, let's say we sign 3, maybe 4 players this season, and that's if, I think you're going to be talking in the region between 40 to 60 mil. I personally reckon that would be the maximum that we're going to get for a player, buy for a player this season. I really do. We ain't beating that Declan Rice, that 100 million mark. Not for at least another 2 or 3 seasons.
You've got to recover for that first, haven't you? That spending that money. I mean, Pepsi's got a good thing here. I mean, obviously the Victor Osimhen wage is too much for Arsenal because I think you have got still quite a strict wage structure, haven't you? There.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Well, we're paying Havertz 300 bags a week, so.
Jesus Christ.
You know what I mean?
Anthony, 21 years and nothing of the Conkies. Oof. Yeah, but Anthony's Conkies don't give a shit about trophies. All they care about is the money. Yeah, the merch, as they say.
Well, yeah, no, they're right in that. But what I'm saying is, that in all fairness, you've got to look on flip the coin over on the other side. The Cronkies is backed in Arteta. We all knew that. I mean, if he spends 250 million this season coming, that's 1 billion. And what's he got to show for it? Fuck all.
Yeah.
So, do you know what I mean? I'd be asking questions if I was the Arsenal owner. Actually, I'll tell you what, even better. I'd be giving Edu and Arteta, I'd be giving their marching orders down the road. Seriously. Bye. You've won fuck all. See you later. You're off.
Should be the
Would
case.
you also say that they're technically part of the problem as well? Because they're the ones that have put them there. They're the ones that ultimately assign them off to say, yeah, you guys, you go run the club. It was almost an act of negligence. So they might have put aside a lot of money and said, we'll release your XYZ amount of funds per summer, but we're going to trust the class clowns to essentially do the job of somebody that's meant to have better discipline and better understanding of what to do with that money. It's like with the Glazers every single season releasing funds for Ed Woodward to figure out how to run a football club. And that sends us backwards. Yeah. So I think there's more than one or two bases, or most bases. I think is a collective problem with Arsenal because there's some good, but then there's glaring problems as well.
Absolutely, I agree on that. As Henry put here, Arteta is a manager. He supposedly was learning from Pep. What the hell did Arteta learn from Pep? Good question.
How to put the cones
Exactly.
out.
Well, how to look like him, I think, more than anything else.
Yeah.
How to wave a light bulb, change a light bulb.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Good evening, James Lampert.
Pep's learned from Arteta because Man City have bought a dog.
Of course.
True.
Yes.
True.
Yeah. Evening, James Lamprey. Hope you're well. He was, as long as Arsenal get Champions League places, trophies don't matter to Arsenal owners. As long as the money is coming in, that's all they give a shit about.
Right.
Yeah,
It's true. We're just a small investment policy on the side. That's what we are. And he's in charge of the, all the teams he's in charge of around America, and all that. I mean, owners don't put their money, their hands in their own pockets to buy players. Obviously, we know that is what the club, the revenue of what the club got in the season before. You know what? Arsenal, going back, I think it was like 6 seasons ago, Arsenal was getting £2 million at end game, right? They're now that's increased with the 20%, with the 18% they put up, and then last season, because Jez will tell you this, they put it up by 6%, didn't they, Jez? Towards the end of last season, yeah. Now, guess what? Once you add all that up, now Arsenal roughly gets £5 million a home game with the season ticket holders, and the way they treat their season ticket holders is they treat them like shit, basically. And I tell you what, they want the people that's here. I think it's about, is it 20 games a season? You got to watch them or more, and you can renew your ticket the following season after. If you've watched them less than 20 times in one season, you won't. You'll find it hard to renew your season ticket or membership. So, that's what they're like at Arsenal Football Club, basically. But they're not funny. They've got money.
West Ham's going down that same road, fun enough. Should I say Sullivan's going down that road with the way he wants the ticket sales, and basically don't give a monkey's. If you're not there, he'll sell it on to someone else. It's just just being ruthless. It's all about being commercial more than anything else. Sorry, Ian Barron. There's sort of Ian Barron. Very good evening, everyone watching. Hope you're well and having a great weekend. Question: what's your favourite takeaway? Well, Anthony had that the other night, didn't you, Anthony?
What my favourite takeaway? I'm partial to I like a couple. I like a Chinese. I do like a curry. I think I'm not really keen on kebabs. Last time I had a kebab, I went mad. There was a pube in it, and I never ate kebab since. So yeah.
Was that very friendly of them, kind of them, leaving a flossing thing for you.
I know, but it was horrible.
Very nice of them.
You can tell the difference between a hair from your head and a hair down here, and it was a hair down here, and I said, "There's no way I'm eating that." What I should have done was kept my mouth shut. I should have kept my mouth shut and swapped it round to swap my kebab with the missus.
You really love your missus, didn't you? You really do love your missus.
Oh, I do. She's a million.
Hey, if that me, I'd have taken that kebab down the kebab stock and stuck it up their arse.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, I agree
honestly,
on that.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I would have gone back there and thrown it in the face. Have that back. Have your pew back. The Goat Saves Football was asking you who's better, Rice or Xhaka yesterday.
Got to say Rice. I thought he had a great game.
I think Rice was better, but I think Xhaka's had the better tournament because, in all fairness, because of how Switzerland has played in this tournament. I mean, we've played shit. So you know I know your opinions. You know my opinions on it on England.
We'll go back at that shortly. So I just want to go through some of these comments, and we'll come back onto the England thing. USA striker, Pepsi. Soul, Balogun, and Keith McKetty. Yeah, Captain Ketty, Balogun. Yeah, youth. Don't get me started with the lack of youth participation with West Ham under Moyes. Yeah, we were. Wow. Yeah. 021's Captain Michael Forbes to Bristol Rovers and loan, and there you go.
What's that?
You're getting our under 21's Captain Michael Forbes.
Oh no, we ain't getting him. Oh, that's Rovers. Yeah, fuck that. No, they're shit Rovers.
You don't like it.
Listen, everything Bristol. I keep saying this. Bristol is red. London is red.
Delusional. Sony coming to the Hammers. Ian Barron, question for early doors football. Can you remember Darlington FC playing at Upton Park and Cup in the early 70s? My stepdad, Stephen Olbrook, played for Darlington FC. Memories, thanks. Unfortunately, I was only 1 at the time, kind of thing. You know, I was born in 71, so wouldn't have much recollection. But no, I'll look up on that.
You can't remember back then. That's disgrace.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, Jez. I'll go off the channel now. No chance of Fushul Lawrence. Okay, right. Or different say owner before Conquerors. Arteta can't deal with Tony's attitude. Arteta needs Isman. Yep, we've already alluded to that one.
Yeah.
I'm not a gooner, but it was David Dean. Yeah. So bizarre that Eddie Nketiah doesn't even feature for Arsenal reserves for game time. Wow.
That is true.
Ricky Owen, Jez, I saw on AFTV last week. I think I'll doubt very much if you did.
Never in a million years, man.
Because I think if that was the case, I think we'll all be looking back on that one.
It'd be an hour of Jez going, fuck.
It'd be Jez it'd be like Jez as a superstar trying to escape from paparazzi at that point.
It's so funny. We get that last comment you just put up there.
Yeah, I just see that. Yeah, I just see.
Kenny's distanced himself, mate.
Yeah.
Seriously, man. If only you knew.
Yeah.
You're just a mutant, brother. We know, who you are. So
Yeah.
Tony, did you get Anthony Bristol Rovers kit for his quiz victory? Yeah, he doesn't know. Doesn't know he's on his way to him. He doesn't know that part. Good seeing Jez on here. Good mate and knowledge ever. If he's a gooner, yeah, we know that.
He's a goner.
He's a.
I don't anticipate going just yet.
Big up to Dave, old school gunner. All right, lads. Big up to the panel, everyone in the chat. Smash the likes and subscribe. Thank you, man. Even gooner. Yeah, I think we do. Yeah, don't want to kind of say Jez is a goner just yet. I think there's still plenty of life in him. Steve Cox is a legend. Ricky! Yeah, best of luck to England in the semi-final, and I'd like to the brave Swiss. Saka saved England's blushes. Fun enough, on the England thing, did you see that actually Xhaka actually stuck his leg out for the block and it completely went underneath him? Good goal by Saka, though.
Yeah.
Phil Wormett was the heart button. Saka stepped up yesterday. He did. Yeah, when we needed to. Elliot Smith didn't know Jez was on AFTV. Neither did we.
No, nor did I.
It's news to us. Don't go on again, Jez. Fuck the AFTV. Yeah, Robbie Smith is alive. We know that one.
Jez is under the mascot. He's under Gunnersaurus. That's where he is. Give it that. It's going to hang.
Yeah.
Arteta.
Elliot Smith's asking you, do you know anything about Yeovil Town, Anthony?
No, just that I go past it to go to Weymouth.
Arteta ain't got the minerals, absolutely. I know we don't, but Arsenal had 4 years of winning Jack All Bar and FA Cup. Yeah, and 2 dinner plates. Show us your kettle and camera, Jez. 50 million. I just got a kitten. Why not myself giving scores here? Yeah, Martinelli played 10 minutes at the Copa America. Arteta has ruined this wonder kid. Sell him ASAP and Arteta out. Big up to DJ Crane.
Big up DJ.
Is that a picture of Lee Gunner? I swear I got that was a picture of Lee Gunner as his profile picture.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Big up Tony Tone, Hot Fuzzy Anthony and Jezza.
Big up, mate. Is that the one with the...
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Oh dear. So I'm just going to comment on one of the clip comments here from Arsenal Manic put about the England game. Is it Southgate's contract that he can't sub Foden or Kane in normal time? He's picking them on reputation and club form. Foden has been a passenger and Kane not much better.
True enough.
I mean, it was earlier on. Foden was constantly being ostracised from the team by Southgate because of the discipline problems that he had. Can't remember who it was as well. I think it was Sancho at the same time. Whilst he was a Dortmund player still. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, King McKill saying going nowhere.
We got Terence.
Tim Irvine, Man United's finished. Grant, you want to that as long as it's tight to get the
That was a
Champions
very
League.
close comment. That.
Man United is the new United. Man City is the new United.
At least Man United never had 115 charges put against them.
Yeah, well, funny you say that because obviously Aguna Matata says that. Can I say this is all smoke screens when we talk about 115 again? Let's not forget Super League.
Yeah.
Well, we're still waiting to hear what's going to happen with that one.
Yeah.
Arsenal first. Cronkies are the major problem. Yeah, they spend. Look how much money they have let individuals waste. Willian, Alba, Pepe, Laka, Mustafi, Tavares, Pepe. Wow.
Exactly.
Mm.
Exactly.
Win is still the best dog. Win is the goat dog. Bloody hell. I bought a toy dog. Win from the dog shop. £25 for that, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Nice one. Well done.
Yeah.
Win the goat dog. Jesus Christ. They're doing inbreed Arsenal.
Arsenal fans need to wake up, not the current panel and chat, everyone so-called fan of Arsenal FC. Yeah, well, we'll see. Here he is, Darren Sullivan, England. I'm enjoying being an England fan, much more Arsenal is done. Yeah. Well, next season is all, you've got to win it in the first season now, haven't you? Got no choice. All about the pound notes.
Mm.
Yeah, evening, Henry. Question for you, Jez. What's the 18-year-old lad Brown West Ham just signed for Arsenal like?
No idea, mate. Not a Scooby. Sorry. Can't help you on that one. No idea.
Should probably ask Ty if possible.
Yeah, can't help as well. Unfortunately, Arteta don't like playing him.
Nope.
So.
Yeah, Ty's probably the best person to ask because he watches the youth and women's teams religiously.
Yeah, so you say.
Absolutely. Steve saying here, nothing worse than a pube in your chili crispy beef. Nightmare to tweeze it out.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Problem is which one is the pube and which one is the crispy chili beef?
Oliver Narber, big up Jez in the panel. Hope you're a good man. Predictions on how Tottenham are going to do this season.
They'll be in the mix. How will they do? I reckon they'll be 4th, 5th, maybe.
Mm.
Yeah.
They need to have a good summer.
As long as Levy's willing to prize open his rusty wallet and give Postecoglou what he wants, I think that's going to be. Do you think Postecoglou will lose faith in the club if they don't support him?
What?
Because he got quite vocal near the end, didn't he? Because obviously the way things were going at Spurs.
Well, I mean, there's still unrest with specific Spurs fans at the moment, which of course that's just, I think sometimes you get to a transfer window and it might be a little bit quiet. You do get a little bit restless, especially when there's a lot of things on the agenda that you need to sort of get out of the habit of doing. And with Spurs, I think it just really depends if it's a proper summer transfer window as a way it sends a message that you kicked on from the last summer. You signed Werner to a permanent contract. It's not necessarily a good start for Tottenham in a summer transfer window where you're trying to, make yourself serious. You do the loan of Timo Werner. You thought, well, Werner, that's a loan deal. That's probably the best it should ever get with that. But they've gone on to buy him on a permanent. So now they're going after some youth players or younger players, a bloke from Leeds United or something. Can't remember his name. But it's like, is that the guy that comes in and plays in that defensive midfield position, takes it by storm, and actually progresses Tottenham Hotspur's first team? Because they spent about 40+ million on him. is that really when you got an Ange Postecoglou saying that I want to be here to try and progress into winning trophies, is that a sort of signing that does that?
Yeah, that's true. It is true. Question for you, Anthony. Who will finish higher, Bristol City or Bristol Rovers this season?
Bristol City. Bristol Rovers are shit. They are, honestly, they're shit. They're shit.
Never biased.
Don't hold back, mate. Just
I was going to say, Jez. Yeah.
Bristol City are finished higher than Bristol Rovers are like, what can I say? What can I put them along the line with? Newport County. You know, they're along the sides of them is Newport County. Yeah.
I reckon somebody should gift you a new car, Anthony. I think somebody should gift you a new car, Anthony. A Rover.
Yeah.
A Rover to drive.
Down every day next week on your holiday.
Neil Gunnison saying Arteta's done a complete dog's dinner with Arsenal and has fed it to win. Thoughts on Bristol City's summer window so far, Anthony?
I can't say he's been great. I can't say he's been average. I think it's been pretty crap. There's only a couple of players they signed. I mean, they're tight. They're tight as assholes. The owners down there. I mean, the one thing they did sign was do you remember the game in the World Cup when England played Germany and Frank Lampard's goal was disallowed and it clearly went over the line?
Yeah.
As soon as that campaign finished and David James was in goal, as soon as that World Cup finished, he then went straight to Bristol City. That was the only decent thing that they done.
Wow. Yeah, that's not good, is it? Evening, Luke. Hope you keeping well.
Yeah, Luke.
Willard was the best dog. 25 million more spent. Just getting into some of these comments. I'm going to come on to the friendlies before we finish. Do you guys trust the Arteta process? Wow, PR process is half the top 6 clubs nowadays.
Yeah.
There is no process. There's no process. Tell me what the process is, or show me it, and then I can start vaguely believing in it. Till then, there ain't a process. Is a manager that's managing our team, it ain't got a clue, and doesn't know. He can't spot talent, even if it came up and slapped him in the face.
Tell us something, Tim, we didn't know.
I was going to say that. Yeah, Jess, I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah, dear.
Look at that. The Goat Saves Football says, I saw Levy in the airport today and Charlie Tottenham get bad everywhere they go. Big up to you. Big up, Ravi. How we keeping well? Big up, lads. Smash the likes up and subscribe to everyone on the show. Absolutely. Spammers in your chat. Where they come from? Are they the ones that spam Jez's channel? Probably are, mate.
They
Probably
are.
Yeah,
No,
Christian.
he's calling that to West Ham, not the Hammers. He's calling them the Spammers.
Spammers,
That's what he's calling it. That's what he's calling them.
Yeah, sneakily saying it. Ravi's asking, question for all four: is football moving away from traditional style players? Definitely, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Have to say, Gonads on second to bury that pen. Absolutely, Steve. Yeah, I'll definitely say on that. I mean, when you look at this, most of these players now want to be pampered. You know, there's no kind of hardcore, determined, in-your-face kind of type players these days. They're all kind of got to have cotton wool around them.
Oh, yeah.
Soft, too soft.
Yeah, it is. I honestly believe this is just my interpretation, right? It's my opinion. Players now are pure athletes. They're so highly tuned. That's why I think they get injured a lot more nowadays, because of they break down more. And the skill, to me, of some of these players is going out the game. I mean, you look at you look at this Euros, right? We're looking at potentially Europe's best players playing in a European competition. How many of them can cross a bloody ball?
Oh, yeah.
It's awful. and this is where this is Europe's elite. What we're seeing in this tournament is Europe's elite players. Well, if this is the best we've got, then I'm sorry, the game is dog shit now.
Absolutely.
Not many. The first game, Germany Scotland, was a great entertainment game. I haven't watched all of them. I've watched quite a few with the long-haired Yeti on watch-alongs and all that. And then, I'm sorry, some of these games have been absolutely boring.
Yeah, totally agree on that. It's been a poor competition when you look at it. Team-wise, it's been really poor. I think that's the player he's on about, Anthony. Big up to Ant's Leicester fan channel. Archie Gray. He made it playing right back for Leeds last year. That's the fella.
Yeah.
Anthony looking like Huckleberry Finn.
The old fan.
Yeah. People saying Popeye's opening up near me tomorrow. First 20 customers in queue get free chicken burgers for a year.
Who was that? He said that. Huckleberry Finn.
Dave, OSG.
Yeah. He gets it because he don't like it because I reckon I call him Zach Dingle from Emmerdale. He was spitting him. He is.
Zach Dingle. Big up Pure Vibes, big up people. Question for Hot Fuzz. Thoughts on De Ligt and how can he improve United's quality? And before we do that, I'm just going to say goodbye to Lee. Big up Football Dad's Army. Got to bounce. Great show. Thanks, mate.
Here's Lee. How can he improve Manchester United? Well, given the type of player he is, bit of pace to him, age still on his side. So I think with where he's had his career path from Ajax to Juventus, he fell off at Juve, went to Bayern, tried to resurrect his career there. Just another choice of a whole plethora of centre backs that none of them really found a solid level there. And now it's sort of, pinning a lot of his hopes on, revitalising his ability at Manchester United because he's got good potential to him. If he's playing on his day, he's one of the better centre backs on the planet. But that's just it. He's not played that level for the best part of 2-3 years now. So he comes to United, sort of having to do somewhat what Rashford's doing at the moment, just sort of drifting along, figuring out, well, what do you do to get to your best or get to a respectable level? I think in De Ligt's case, it's a little bit better than Rashford because Rashford's all about what's going on up here. De Ligt has got to find a bit of consistency over fitness because he's very injury prone at the moment. And he comes to a United who have had the most ridiculous injury crisis last season. So that's probably going to go hand in hand. But I think as far as the quality aspect is concerned, partner him up with Martinez, that's a relatively good centre-back dynamic because De Ligt can do a similar job to what Varane does individually. And, both those two styles can complement each other.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah. Big up to Mama Flossie for dealing with that as well. Thanks for doing that, Mama. Eze and Palmer gave some oomph to England. If Swiss hadn't scored, he may not have brought them on. And I think that as well. I think he would have stuck with it and gone all the way through to pens. But once they scored that goal, he wasn't looking like he was going to make any changes at that point there. And once Arsenal gone, I think we may not do any business and go into the Arsenal game with the same squad minus Adrian, Thiago, Matip. Wow. That's bad then for Liverpool. They're going to sign no one. Even Stepsy, even Tony in the panel. Liam saying big up Jez on the great stream. Yeah. As always. Did you see Lee Gunners losing subs?
No, I don't know about that. I think he's just made 100,000.
Yeah. We all go through that.
All the time.
Not showed up. Yeah. Weird.
It goes up, it goes down.
Weird, Jez. Foden's not showed up and Kane can't keep up his pace. Nothing like that Germany league, Harry. Yeah, that's true. Back on the 100,000 now, so all good. Yeah, he's doing well. Tony not looking at the ball for his pen. Yeah, what did you think about that when he took his penalty?
Yeah, it's
Calm,
calm.
Calm as a cucumber.
calm. Staring at the goalkeeper as well.
Yes, yeah.
giving
Give him
him,
the eyes.
you know,
Give him the eyes.
Yeah, giving him the eyes and all that. I thought that was absolutely brilliant. That
I'm
I
surprised.
I would play him against Netherlands. Honestly,
Absolutely.
because we got
Absolutely.
Netherlands, I would play him against Netherlands. I'd seriously
Yeah.
drop Harry Kane. Drop Harry Kane. It's like what I said to him. Harry Kane and Foden, that combination, it doesn't work.
Need to change it. Need to change it.
It needs
Absolutely
to change
agree
up.
with that.
Yeah.
What was you going to say, Fuzzy?
I was just wondering when he took his penalty, why his legs weren't more like that, because he's got to make space for those massive balls when he takes that sort of a pen.
Because I must admit, I always used to say my forwards every time they went on the run and they're coming up towards the keeper. I said, just smile at them as you're coming up towards them. I said, it'll fucking whip the fuck out because they have no idea what's going to go on at that stage. It seemed to work. Where we're going there. So there's a question I think here for you.
Tell you what, this guy keeps coming back like a bad smell. Bobby, fuck off because you're talking bollocks. Mama, get rid of him.
I'm sure Mama do a job.
You're just an absolute little arse wipe, and you just need to piss off. Seriously, you talk absolute drivel, man. Nobody's interested in anything you've got to say. That's why your comments don't get read out because you're a boring little arse wipe. So just go away. Anyway, back to real people.
Absolutely. He was asking you, to you, Jez, if you had to buy Arsenal's first summer signing, who would you buy?
Oh, well, I would have gone for Elise, but that's done. That's gone. He's gone to Bayern. I'd be straight in right now at this point in time in for Eze. I think he's an absolute decent player. I'll be looking straight in to get him. But Arsenal won't because we don't work like that anymore. You know, we'll go and buy some 18-year-old Brazilian player that nobody's ever heard of, and then we'll loan him out, and then we'll just basically never see him again. So
look a quid on him, innit, Wes?
The Arsenal way. Pepsi asking for the panel, how many games are you looking at going to this season for your club? I average 3 a season due to cost and availability.
Me?
So, to all of us, basically, you know, so each in turn. So, if you think about our respective clubs, how many games would you think you'll be able to go and see this, you know, for this season?
I'll be going to at least one. I'll be doing Brighton away because it's easy for me to get to. To be honest with you guys, I've spent enough money on this club over my years, and it's a hassle for me to get to the Emirates now. And to be honest with you, I don't really like the fan base that gets there anymore because they're not, to me, the fans that I grew up with, went to games with for God knows how many years. So I really can't be arsed with it. And I don't really want to spend too much money on this club anymore because I don't like the direction. I don't like what they're doing. So I won't be. I'll go to one. I'll go to Brighton away. But after that, nah. I've done it. I've been there, done it. Man, I've done 2,585 in my life. I think that's a pretty good record.
Wow. What about you, Fuzzy? Any chance you're going to get Man United?
Depends on how things go with home life and family life this year, because so much uncertainty in what's going on in personal life. It's don't really know if things will be settled enough to say, hey, let's all go up to Manchester to watch United play or catch them on the away game. Plus, it costs a lot of money, which is for a lot of people. So it's quite expensive. And even though that a lot of people could afford it, it's not a lot of people that would want to spend money on that. They want to put their money towards something that's more important in their lives. I know football's sort of a life and death matter. Some people say it's more than that. But as far as getting to games, I wouldn't know, to be honest. Might be 0, might be a couple.
Mm.
Really just depends on what happens.
Yeah.
But Fuzz, if you went and watched Man United, yeah, would you take your snorkels and flippers with you? Because that's all I want to know. Because that's fucking one out of the league
Listen,
there.
last time I went to Old Trafford, yeah, they had a diving board as like an experimental thing, and I was insisting, look, let me just go on the dive board and test it out. They're like, no, it's too dangerous. You know, there's bits falling from the ceiling. There's there's cracks on this diving board. You know, Glazers haven't really invested that much in the lifeguard equipment. So if you end up falling and catching your head in something, good luck getting saved and dragged out of the water, out of the bog.
Hey, and Anthony, I've got a bone to pick with you. Talking about the other night, you was talking about Jez. Did you do the plumbing at Old Trafford?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh,
What
brilliant.
about you, Anthony? Anthony, would you be able to get to any Arsenal games, Anthony?
I could if I want, but I choose not to. I mean, I've watched them a few times going back a few years ago, but obviously that was when we played at Highbury. Jez did we did a show on it. My first Arsenal game that I went and watched, and also, but I mean, the Emirates, I went there once actually. I'll tell you the truth, and that was a tour of the stadium. And as far as I'm concerned, that was it. But if I had to compare the both, personally, I like Highbury.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, I might get to about 3 or 4 games possibly. I mean, obviously now we're not in Europe. That obviously might diminish a little bit less. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But as you said, it's just getting down there and then getting back out of the bloody place.
Yeah, that's a club.
Ravi is asking a question for Anthony and Jez. Thoughts on Arsenal's midfield? Do you feel teams look at it, especially at the Emirates, and think we can get through that?
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
my best midfielder is Declan Rice. Thomas Partey, don't get me wrong, I like Partey, but we talk about injury-prone players. That's another player that's injury-prone, in my opinion, is Thomas Partey. There was talks that he could be leaving at the end of this season, going to Saudi, I believe, or somewhere like that. And then we got Odegaard's good, but the likes of we got Jorginho now. He's coming up to 32 or 33, Jorginho. So we've got to get these players now off the books. We got to bring in fresh new talent, fresh new players, fresh legs. And that's what we need at Arsenal Football Club. And also, Jez mentioned about Eze coming into the club. If I bought Arsenal Football Club, my first signing would be like a 20 goal striker. I'll be bringing in Ollie Watkins.
Yeah, good point.
Good shout. Good shout. Guy Saves Football says the Swiss coach made a mistake making Akanji take the first penalty. Should have made a striker take it. Akanji, as soon as you see him step up to that ball and he hit it, you knew full well keep it saving that all day long. Wasn't a great penalty. Lawrence's agreeing with what you said about Tony and Palmer on the starting lineup. Ross, stop shoehorning Kane in there. The fucking sketches he's wearing this tournament has made us put Tony in. Yeah, absolutely. I thought you was going to say that about me, Jez. Yeah, mummy, you're earning your money today. Another one gone. Yeah, good shout, Jez. Yeah, cheers. Doing the job today. Keep it up. Everyone's appreciating that. Arsenal Manic saying, my cousins goes from London to Old Trafford almost every home game. Wow, that's commitment. And that's not cheap either, is it?
No.
It is not cheap. I prefer Highbury and I'm a staunch LFC fan. Yeah, it's just like us. You know, I mean, it's quite ironic when you think about it, you moving from Highbury to the Emirates and us going from Upton Park to the London Stadium. Both sold down the river with we're going to be getting this in. We're going to be competing with the best European football, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, at least we got the European football part, but that was about it. Have we got anyone in yet? It's been about 20 minutes. Nah, you've not signed anyone yet. Unfortunately, Aguda. Question for you, Jez. Do you think Leah Williamson looked stunning at Wimbledon yesterday, rocking a suit? If not, look her up.
Sorry, tennis absolutely balls the line, living crap out of me. tennis and cricket, not for me.
This is looking rough.
Yeah, certainly suit.
No.
Get in there like a shot. So
Yeah,
right, let's have a
literally.
quick look at these friendlies. Let's go with Arsenal's first of all. So obviously you're going out to America by the looks of it because your first one is against Bournemouth.
Mm.
What a stadium! The Dignity Health Sports Park, Los Angeles. Then you play Man United, so that's going to be an interesting one.
Mm.
In Liverpool.
And then Liverpool, and then you've got Bayer Leverkusen on the August the 7th.
Yeah.
And then the last one, August 11th, Arsenal versus Lyon at home. So both the last two games are at the Emirates.
That's the Emirates Cup.
Oh, is it the Emirates Cup, is it?
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That should be a good couple of games. Let's go to Man
Well,
United.
Jess,
What
we
Man
might
United
win that one. We could win another trophy.
Yeah, there is.
got?
This cup,
Uh,
massive.
Not only women look great in suits, but she's nailed it. Who will win the friendlies and lose the first five? Yeah, probably. Fuzzy was emotional on BBC in Thursday in his retirement speech. He's fucking hell. I thought Arsenal were going Rwanda. No.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Go play
Big up
the
to,
Emirates. Go play the Emirates Cup in Rwanda for a change.
That'd be interesting, yeah.
Why not?
I get no respect. Kilman's a very good signing for you lot. Yeah, good signing. Like I said, a 7-year contract, so that's a bit interesting on that one. I've never stepped foot inside London Stadium and wait until Sullivan and Brady are gone. We can only hope, Steve. Hopefully it's around the corner. We can only hope.
Mm.
Is that stadium's leaking as well, isn't it? The London Stadium.
Yeah.
Is it the
that's-
toilets?
Yeah, as Budgie, remember Budgie said before, what happens, apparently what the kind of, when they built it as the Olympic Stadium, it was all to do with the so-called eco-friendliness of it. All the water that kind of comes off the roof filters into the toilets, so kind of cost-effective.
Oh, grey water.
Yeah.
Oh, great. I thought Jez did the plumbing in that one as well, but
big up to E. Ross. He's got a guy saying, ladies and gentlemen, take care. I'll try to catch you guys on the next stream. Take care. Happy Sunday to you as well. Same for you as well, E. Ross. Appreciate being in here. Yeah, I thought Arsenal were going to run around tonight. To E. Ross. Lawrence saying, I'm trying to go to the West Ham versus Villa match in Florida. That'd be a nice one. I'm going to come to them friendlies, Lawrence. Yeah, well, it'd be good if you do that. Cheers, Mama. See you soon. I get no respect. Says, what do you guys consider a world-class player entertaining today in terms of attributes?
Good question.
Easy. A player that scores lots of goals and wins trophies. I mean, you look at Haaland. He scored lots of goals. He's won the treble for. He's won all the trophies there is to win at Man City. Unfortunately, that's what you call world class. Unfortunately, someone like Harry Kane is not world class. He's a good player. He has scored lots of goals, but he hasn't won anything in his career. So unfortunately, I don't call that world class. But he's a good player. Very good player.
I'd say you deem a world-class player as a player that once you get to that stage of their career, they're more remembered as an iconic player.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not many, is there? There's not many, that's true. Who's class is world class now this day and age from the Premier League anyway?
Yeah.
Not many.
Not really.
Not many at all.
Well, you actually think in Europe how many world class that Klose, I think, was German player. Obviously, Ronaldo was in his day, not anymore. Wow, it's a big call, isn't it? It's a big call.
It is.
Edgy and catchy.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. The Goat Saves Football says, I'm a season ticket holder at the Bridge, and I hate the fans that go. They boo our legends, Mount and Kai and Moore. Went to the Carabao Cup final and FA Cup semi-final. Our club is dying under Clown Lake. Yeah. It's a shame.
Yeah.
What good are the friendlies? They can't. They don't address the players they need before the season starts for the club. Got to be done in certain respects. Steve
Fitness
Clark.
thing,
That's Steve. World-class players, Ben Johnson. They're all going to Saudi. Worst-class players. Well, they're all going to Saudi. The world-class players, they get more money. Yeah, that is probably
Kurt
true.
Kurt Zuma is categorically world-class.
Wee. Well, I get no respect saying, what about people who say Saliba and Saka are world-class?
No.
No.
Sleeves had a great tournament. Fair play to him.
Yeah.
Asylum admit.
Great.
Yeah.
He has had a great tournament.
He's done a brilliant one, Jez. But I tell you what, now after this competition, if France win it or whether they don't win it, guess what? Real Madrid is going to come sniffing around Saliba. You mark my words. They'll want him.
They will. Also will.
Yeah.
Just got to say goodbye to Aguna. Guna Matata. Got to go. Take care, all. Take care to yourself, mate, as well.
Take care, mate.
Yeah, the goat says here on my channel, I expose Frodizio Romano and any brown envelopes that come my way. Pause. James Lamprey's asking me, what do you think of the Paqueta debacle? Wanting to go back to Brazil. Yeah, Flamengo, I think it is. And supposedly pressuring the club to sell or loan him out. I think he's starting to look like a questionable character. Yeah, when you look at something like that, considering, and it's not the first time we've done this, when you think about it, we bring in a player, and he makes a name for himself, then of course goes rogue by doing this so-called betting thing, which we're still trying to find out what's going on with this. And then suddenly now, because he's not getting his own way, he's trying to force a way out of the club.
See,
because there were people betting. There was people betting in Brazil. Now, I didn't know if you know this, Jez, because Jez, he's the man who explores the world, Jez. He's been to so many places, haven't you? Did you know in Brazil there's actually a place called Paqueta in Brazil?
I've never been to Brazil.
No, I know, but I just like, because you've been here, there, and everywhere, haven't you? I've listened to the stories you've been saying where you've been going. You visit pretty much most parts of the world, I should say. But there's a place in Brazil called Paqueta, and I think he's got relations there, and it was like they were doing certain bets in Paqueta over in Brazil. So this is where he's got muddled up. So they think that he's a part to do with it as well. So it's something stupid that they've heard. So whatever the outcome is, I don't know. But if he does get found guilty, he should just do the same as what Ivan Toney done. A season ban. I mean, a 10-year season ban. That'll finish his career, his football career. That.
We'll come back to that. Just trying to say goodbye to Lawrence because he's got to go as well. I have to run, mate. Good show again. Take care, Lawrence. Thanks for coming on as always. Appreciate your time. Yeah, I mean, with this Paqueta thing, I mean, like I say, it's the player's attitude at the end of the day. The club's sticking by him, but yet he's trying to force himself out. If that's the case, then as much as anything else, you want to kind of get top dollar for him. But now with this betting scandal over his head, what are we actually going to get for the player? That's the question mark.
Yeah. This is where I think all the discipline has gone out of the game, like in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree on that, Jez.
I think clubs probably might not be acting cutthroat enough. Look at a Turkish club, for example, like Besiktas. Yeah. As soon as somebody does any tomfoolery, bye-bye, gone, out of the club, contract cancelled. Wow. You're a free agent. Good luck.
Yeah, totally agree.
I mean, look at that Ravi saying it. Did you guys see Thiago for Liverpool? I had to call it a day because of his injuries.
I know he really, really, really struggled to get game time last season at Liverpool.
Yeah. It's true, though, as I get no respect. The term world class gets thrown around today far too easily for anyone half decent.
Yeah.
Lucky enough, though, we see through the shit, don't we?
Yeah.
You get players nowadays, Oh, he's a legend. He was a legend of the club. Was he? Really?
Yeah.
I don't think that guy particularly. It doesn't. I'm not talking just about Arsenal. I'm talking about other football clubs. Great player. Did his service. I wouldn't call him a bloody legend.
No.
And it's just so easy now to pop these narratives out there. Oh, he's world class. Oh, he's a legend. Yeah, righto. Yeah.
Yes, a legend for me is if you let's say for instance, let's say a striker in a striker position. If you score 100 goals or more for that club, yes, you are a legend. Look at Tony Adams. Come up from the ranks, played for Arsenal, never went anywhere. He stayed at Arsenal, captained Arsenal as well. That's a legend. Thierry Henry, legend. Ian Wright, legend. You know, David Seaman, legend. The list is ended with Arsenal.
No,
it is. I mean, you know,
West Ham. West Ham, exactly.
I mean,
Yeah,
Kenny
West Ham as well. Yeah,
Kenny
Sampson,
yeah.
Players like that. You know, I mean, they are longest serving, or well, most. David O'Leary played the most games for this Arsenal Football Club.
Arsenal,
That's
that's a legend.
Bob Wilson.
I mean, our most recent one is Offshe's Noble.
Yeah, I mean, it's a football club. Look at the players at Man United, West Ham.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
know, I mean, that Man United team. I mean, come on, man. That's some proper legends in there. The West Ham 60s, late 60s, early 70s team. They're some legends in there. You've got three of them behind you right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
they're legends. Not just somebody that's been there for 2 or 3 seasons and bangs a few goals in and is a great player and then buggers off to somewhere else. That ain't a legend.
No, it's not. No.
The Goat Saves Football says here, who do you think winning this year's Euros? And he's going with Spain. And Anthony and Fuzzy know my comment on that.
Spain. I'm going with Spain.
Spain.
I said Spain or Germany right at the start. Right at the start of the competition, I said it'd be Spain or Germany.
Getting a respect saying, is Calafiori actually signed? AFTV said he's signed until 2029. But unless it's confirmed, surely they'll have it on their face spreading misinformation. Well, it wouldn't be the first time, I think, with these people.
No.
That's for sure. It's a totally different change. He's spot betting Tony. He was betting out of his pocket. Yeah, that's true. That is true. That's why they're going to get the 10 years thrown at him if it happens. See, Lawrence. People in 5 years will call Palmer a legend because he kept us in the league in 5 years' time without winning shit.
It's true. Well, it's already called Palmer SC, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Palmer's a great player, but not a legend. Absolutely. It was a good move for him. It was a good move for him from leaving Man City. People just love buzzwords and players with a funky behind it. So it's true. News here, Justin Oz, Man City in for Gordon of Newcastle, and definitely want Bruno for there as well. Raid on. Ooh.
Yeah.
Newcastle be kicking themselves. They look, both of them go.
Wow.
Really kicking themselves.
Newcastle couldn't afford for them to get. Well, they could, but is never that who they'll bring in. You know, I mean, these sort of players they want to keep so they can build a team around these players. That's what they want to do.
Steve saying Spain or shit ass England to win. Yeah, we've been definitely treading our luck on that one. Would you guys consider Totti world class, a Roma cult hero?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that goes without saying. Brilliant player. Will said, Jez, that's why Michael Owen toys are not LFC legends. Yep. Paqueta is not betting. Yeah, I think we've just got to see what's going to come out of this. We're now a stepping stone club. Yeah. Because I think how long Palmer stays is another thing. Emily Hughes, Stephen Gerrardine, Steve Highway. Yeah, great names. They are. Michael Thomas was a legend with that goal. Yeah.
Michael Thomas. Yeah.
Mama saying Gordon is going nowhere and neither is Bruno. There you go.
Yeah.
England's a shit house. Their way to Euro glory.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Question for all: any wingers that you recently take at your clubs currently?
Wingers. I think Arsenal have got bigger priorities in the fact we need a striker. Sorry, we need a striker because at the end of the day, we seem to have forgotten and we're ignoring it, and this is going to cost us. Sorry, prediction.
Yeah. Jez mentioned one earlier, but he's gone to Bayern Munich.
Yes.
Yeah. So he's the one to watch, and he's going to be phenomenal at Bayern Munich because obviously coming from the Premier League into the Bundesliga is the kettle of he'd be a big fish in a small pond. Obviously, because as we know, the Bundesliga is not as fast as the Premier League. It's nowhere near as fast at all. As you think of the only teams they got there, Bayern Munich, and at the minute is Borussia Dortmund. And
Leverkusen.
Bayern Leverkusen. That's the only three decent teams they've got there. The rest of them, are they're not that great. So
But usual suspects right here, though. Look, Jack Grealish days are numbered at City.
Yeah, I reckon they are.
I think so.
He had a very poor season last season, Jack Grealish. I know he was injured a little bit through it, but he was still poor.
A player that Lee wanted actually 2 seasons ago, Jack Grealish.
Yeah.
See, this one we're still trying to get this signing done. The so-called Portuguese Grealish. You got a Silva, but that's kind of dragging its heels a little bit. So I don't know if there's any kind of truth in it.
How many pints can you neck?
Yeah, it's true. Goat Says Football says, I don't rate the height with all young players in the league. I don't rate Garnacho, Madueke, Gordon. The ones I rated are Pedro Neto, Alicia, and Kuto going to City. Too much.
I mean, Pedro Neto's good, but he's injury prone. I would like him at Arsenal. You can rotate with Saka because you don't want to be playing Saka non-stop in every single game. You want to give the guy a rest every now and then. Rotate him. But this is what I've been saying to Jez. Next season, I don't know why Arsenal can't do it. I want in every position. I can't see why we can't have competition at our club. Seriously, I don't know why.
We should have.
Yeah.
Yeah, James is saying you can shout it from the roof. Arteta will not sign a striker in spite of your fan base.
Right.
True.
Arsenal should sign dangerous Danny Ings before Southampton get him from Pepsi.
No.
I get no respect. Says why there are no players like Ronaldinho today that try to take on players with tricks and crazy flair. Saka had flair a few years ago. Now it's been coached out of him.
You answered your own question.
Exactly that. Let me just go back on.
Sorry, Messi said it himself. The influence that Pep Guardiola and his coaching has had on football. People don't care about whether you can beat a man off a dribble in academy level anymore. They want to know if you can pass the ball 5 yards.
Yeah, that's true.
That's all they care about.
Yep. I totally agree with you, Fuzzy. That's exactly what I said earlier. They're all athletes, and their technical ability is, I think, nowadays basically coached out of them. Totally agree with what you said.
Take care, Henry. Got to go. Great show. A great week. And same with you as well. Have a great week yourself.
Henry.
Have a great one. Goat Says Football says, I think Saka is inconsistent as he's playing too much for Arsenal and England. Yeah, we all agree on that. If he had competition like a Neto or a better player, then he would be better, more consistent. Competition is good. Good for any player.
Yeah. Got to be on your toes.
Yay.
I mean, there's always competition when Jez is on the long-haired Yeti show. When they're ripping the piss out of one another. You got Yeti calling him a prick, and then Jez is calling him a fucking knobhead. So there's going to be rivalry. There's rivalry there. There is much rivalry there.
Afternoon from Texas, from Lone Star. Hope you're keeping well. Good to see you, mate. So Henry. Palace had their chance to do something good next season. Not now. Yeah, well, depends what they buy in now. Considering they've got 60 million in their pocket, let's see if they spend that. Showing you suspect he's a decent player. Competition and confidence equals confidence and character. 100% on that. No, not Arteta again. So second play right back for England looked more involved and dangerous. Yeah, because he had to be involved more.
Yeah, he's,
left back, isn't it?
yeah, he's in the game. He's in the mix.
Exactly. Hello.
Yeah.
And didn't 10% of the race clause go to Alesi from his contract? I believe so. I believe it did. One of the things I like about J-Lop, doesn't want friends on the training pitch. No, got to fight for your position. And I totally agree on that, Steve. You've got to fight for your position. It's the only way you get the best out of each player. Actually get them to fight for it.
Yeah.
Let's just go on to Man United's friendly. So let's see now. July the 15th, they've got Rosenborg in Trondheim. Then you've got Rangers at the Scottish Gas Murrayfield. Then Arsenal, Real Betis, Snapdragon Stadium. Look at that. Liverpool at Bryce Stadium, South Carolina. Then you've got the Community Shield on August 10th. Unlucky Arsenal, you're not on that in this time, are you?
Nope.
No. But Man United, it's safe to say Man United's going to lose every single one of those games because they're shit. Sorry, Fuzz.
We'll win the biggest trophy in the world, the English Super Cup. You know, the English Super Plate, best trophy there is to win.
How's it going? No, next. Oh yeah. Meanwhile, Chelsea have Wrexham. Yeah, not a bad shout though when you think about it. You get a good TV coverage, that's for sure. With Reynolds and McAlhenney. But
Is that at Wrexham? Would that be? Is that at Wrexham?
Let's have a look. No, I think that's also in America as well, Jed, I believe. Because
Is it in America?
Yeah. Chelsea versus Wrexham in the Levi Stadium, Santa Clara. So it's 3 a.m. July UK time kickoff here. Then they play Celtic at the Notre Dame Stadium, Indiana. Then they play Club America, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Atlanta. Then they play Man City in the Ohio Stadium, Columbus, if I can say it with my teeth in. Then they've got Real Madrid, Bank of America Stadium, Charlotte. And then they play Inter Milan at Stamford Bridge. But if you look at what West Ham's got, we play the least friendlies looking at this. And the first game we're playing is Dagenham and Redbridge at the Chigwell Construction Stadium. Look at that.
Dagenham and Redbridge.
Yeah, the Chigwell Construction. Scaffolding, boards and everything. It's a make-do stadium by the looks of it. Wow. Then we play Wolves. That'd be an interesting one. We play Wolves in Florida, the Everbank Stadium.
Why is it always in America?
I don't know. I don't know if it's something to do with, is it the Prem or something? I don't know what's going on there.
I don't understand that at all.
Yeah, Wrexham played in America last season too. They did, yeah. It was what old Reynolds made sure of that.
Yeah, the only team in that part.
Yeah, West Ham have Dagenham on the 20th. They do indeed, Steve. Yeah, get a free scaffold board and a jigger.
Is there a lot of Wrexham fans in America?
Well, I think if you look at the documentary and that, the one thing Reynolds and Robert McAlhenney has made sure of is the advertising for that place. So the fan base is actually expanded because of them two in itself. Yeah, everything's in America. Let's be real. Who's actually waking up in England at 3 a.m. to watch us play in Wrexham?
Fuzzy.
As Lodestar says, land of opportunity. To the two Arsenal men in the panel, where do you think they will finish next season if there's any transfers?
I've got to put this out there right now. Right here, right now. Yeah. I see Arsenal in fourth.
Oh, see there it is there. Exactly the same fourth.
Wow.
And I reckon all these Arsenal fans are getting excited. I tell you what, I think if we sign three, let's be realistic. Let's see 2 or 3 players, even though we want more. But I tell you what, I think we're going to have a very poor transfer window this season compared to last. The last one was better, but obviously with the main one with Declan Rice, it'd be a couple of seasons till time down the line until we get a real decent one.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I hope Mikel Arteta won't be there then, because personally I want him gone. everybody that was Mikel Arteta out last season, some people have actually said, and they changed their minds, saying, "Oh, just give him one more season now." So
I've seen all that. It's just
yeah.
But yeah, it's
So
enough.
I think that's it. Okay, fine. He's going to be our manager. He's got it. He's got to. Last season, I want the Premier League and the FA Cup. I want it this season now because I don't want to throw. I don't understand why he throws the FA Cup. Basically, flushes it down the toilet.
It's the only thing, the only trophy he's actually achieved. I mean, can you imagine the amount of tears that are going to go into the into the River Thames when he gets sacked? He will get sacked.
Yeah.
He will be sacked. Can you imagine?
That'd be flooded, yes.
It's going to be more water at the Emirates than there is on the leaky roof at Old Trafford.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Also, Max saying, why
don't
you play in North Korea? Yeah, we should change it up. Honestly, though, take it to another continent. Yeah, America's the land of the free and the independent.
Yep.
I saw a video recently about that, a team playing in North Korea, because I think they qualified for a World Cup, but they wanted to play some friendlies, tried to get loads of countries to come play with them in North Korea, but couldn't. So they invited a fourth-tiered Brazilian team to play in North Korea. So they got there, they started playing in yellow jerseys. They didn't realise it, but North Korea had actually named them the official Brazilian national team. So they're literally playing against the Brazilian national team, and these Brazilian players are like, "Oh, so we're now playing for our country, okay."
Wow.
There's about 80,000+ people at the venue that they were playing at as well, by the way.
Wow.
80,000+.
Jesus Christ. Steve is saying, don't knock Dagenham Victoria Road ground. Used to go there when West Ham were away as a kid. Steve, Dagenham, Victoria Road ground is not bad at all. I mean, when you think about it, Dagenham and Redbridge, back in the day, as a non-league club, paid more to their players than they did with a League Two club. They had some money. They had some backing. They've been, Dagenham and Redbridge have been a decent team. Been managed right over the years. And because I come from that neck of the woods as well, mate, I know the ground itself inside and out. I actually won finals there with my Sunday team. The Goat Saves Football says, you also need sales to win stuff to get rid of all the dead wood with bottle job mentality. Yeah. But we know that's not going to happen at the moment. Wrexham beat Man United 2-1 in America last year, pre-season.
He did.
Arteta and players expect us to win the title next season. King Mikel from day one, Arteta in. Yep, you definitely were. Tony, don't bring receipts up. I'm not telling Arteta. I know you're not. I know you're not. Trust the process. Is this season the last one for Arteta if he doesn't win the league? Yeah, I think we've already just alluded to that one, James. I think, they think they're. If he doesn't do it this year, and that he's got to go. He's had the backing.
Our fan base winds me up saying, it's like, oh yeah, but he's improving. He's doing this. He's finished second twice. When we finished second the first time, we bottled it. Last season, it was his balls up because no matter what anybody says, he was going back to that Villas game, and I keep repeating myself. Yeah, but what have we won? What have we won? What have we won? And then they try and give all this excuses, these Arteta fans, and that's the only answer I can come up with. What do we win?
Yeah. Well, I think they look at the first season, don't they? We won the FA Cup and we won the Community Shield.
And that wasn't even his team.
Super Cup, man. No, it's the English Super Cup.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Lone Star saying, Arteta expects us to score 7 against West Ham, Palace, Chelsea and Newcastle this season. It was not surprised me at all. I still see daggers at Wembley more times than the Hammers. Yeah, they have been more successful. The Goat Saves Football says, do you think there's too much of a quality drop from the Prem and the Championship as most of the teams get relegated after the first season in the Prem? I don't know. Would you say that's more down to management as well as backing? Or would you say what the goats are saying there?
From the Premier Championship, as I think there was a big gulf. I do think there was a big gulf actually between. There's way too much money in the Premier League with TV rights, sponsorship, blah blah blah, owners, and it is very tough for a team like Ipswich now coming up. It's going to be tough for them. It's going to be tough because they're not a massive club. They've got a decent following, of course, but to compete with the big boys, it's going to be tough. And that's where, unfortunately, I think they capitulate, sadly.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see, because I think we've discussed it on the other show ourselves, Jez, because when you look at Ipswich, they are backed by billionaire owners and they've been managed right so far. But as you said, it's that transition from the Championship up to the Prem. Can they kind of see that all the way through? That should be quite interesting.
I mean, all fairness, I mean, I know for a fact in the Championship, if you get promoted to the Premier League, and this is just via through the playoffs, yeah, you get 220 million via through the playoffs. But if you win the Championship and you come runners up, so you're promoted, like the two teams are promoted, they get 250 million.
Wow.
So they get an extra 30 million the ones who win the league get the most, and then obviously the runners up they get like 30 million less, and then so forth in the playoffs. But I mean, but we've seen it all before with these teams that actually get promoted to the Premier League. They never ever spend that money. But even though that money is injected to the club, which the club has got the right to spend, because after all, it's not the owner's money, it's the club's money, it's the revenue's money for the club. Yeah. But when they get promoted, they never ever spend that. So they end up spending something like maybe 40 million at a push. And it ain't that's not enough to make you survive, unfortunately. And it's not.
I mean, as you said there about the money, and like Jess said, like there's too much money in there, because look at that. From the GOAT, he says here, look, Southampton got 200 million from getting relegated, yet Barca last year, I don't think they even got 100 million euros. That's a club like that. Wow. Message dropped to the Championship now. Sky, yeah, big. James Lamper, question for the panel. Which teams does the panel think will improve and move up the table?
I think Forest. They play it right, in my opinion. Forest. And Forest.
Do you know what, Jez? You'd have to put Crystal Palace in there because their manager did brilliant last season.
Palace. Yeah, Palace.
Well, if they back him with the money and that, then I think Palace is going to be the main one for me, because Glasner, what he did last season for that short period of time he came in.
Yeah. Good shout. Yeah, good shout.
I've got a good team that I think will surprise a few next season and improve and move up the table. Man United.
Yeah, well, the jury's out on us with our club with Lopetegui. Let's see how that's going to go. Arteta wants to give the panel a group hug. Does he now? That's very nice.
No thanks.
No, thank you.
Pepsi's. We'll have a quick go on it. Who did you vote for on Thursday, if you don't mind me asking? I voted Reform. I voted for none of the above.
I voted Reform.
Same.
Done. We don't do a group hugs with other dodgy stranger blokes. Not you, maniac. And they won the Spain League.
To be honest, I'm just fed up with them. I've voted, I won't lie, I'll put it out there. I've voted Conservative all my life, but I just a lot of them, they're all a bunch of liars.
Of course they are.
So I just said,
Mate. Yeah, that's why I said I didn't do any of them. None of the above. Did the Brewster's millions. Dale Summers, big up to yourself. As a West Brom fan, there's a big gap from Premier to Championship, but again, it's down to owners to invest too. But money in Premiership compared to Championship, the gap is too big for anyone coming up. It's hard. Yeah, it's true.
It is.
And he's added it's it'll be interesting to see how the season starts because the players look shattered. The start of Prem could be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pepsi, we want Trump. Yeah, watching Joe Biden. I saw him on that goggle box. Jesus Christ, that was bad. That was bad. Yeah, I see that as well, Arsenal. Lowest voting figure since the 19th century.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I agree on this one, Steve. Sky have ruined our game. Good.
Mm.
Well, as we're now at the 2-hour mark, if we'll start off with you, Jez, if you'd like to shout yourself out, please, sir. It's been a good show. Thanks for being on board for the panelists.
Yeah, thanks for having me on as always. Tony, Fuzzy, Anthony, the tractor. Are you going to your tractor down to Cornwall?
I have, yeah. I got. He's on charge now, so
your old Foden tractor.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate, it's been great fun. Loved it. Great conversation. Great conversation with the chat as always. Arsenal History more to the channel. And thank you as always for watching and listening. And we'll catch you all much later.
Thank you very much, Jez. Hot Fuzz, I'd like to shout yourself out as well, please.
Yeah, we're farming in Hot Fuzz 44 OG. A bit of a quiet week in the run up to the show, so probably pending tomorrow. We'll do a bit of a show, talk about the latest with the Manchester United front. So do be sure to join me over there for that. Between 8 or 9 p.m. tomorrow is when I'll be hitting that live tomorrow for that. Maybe something on Tuesday, because I'd imagine there'll probably be things happening next week in the final run-up to the first pre-season game, because we are training again tomorrow, and a few names perhaps will be serving their last days at the club, so we'll keep an eye on that. And we'll also be back. We won't be back Wednesday, because it's not going to happen until the starting of next season for the season 2 of A Good, the Bad, the Ugly. So we'll probably have to think of something to replace it. So, aside from that, always a pleasure to be on this show, and good to see everybody in the chat, and good to see everybody on the panel as well.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Just got someone there. The goat says, well, when's the next stream? So we do this show every single Sunday at 8 p.m. And then the other 2 panelists on with me, we're having a break this week. So Anthony below me and Fuzzy to this side of me. We do the Good, the Bad, the Ugly show on the Wednesday evening as well, 8:30. But we're having a week off, especially with Anthony kind of having his time off as well. But thanks for coming and appreciate the panel and the chat as always. Have a good week, Fuzzy Legend. Panel, of course, sorry. No worries, Steve. There's the name of the channel itself. And he's also saying, the goat saying, I'm on my channel on Tuesday for the Euros.
Go and subscribe to the Goat Says Football, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Do Arsenal actually have scouts? Real talk? That's an interesting one.
No, Eddie Saxon, that was his first job when he come in the back boardroom. He sacked every single scout.
Can you fix the Old Trafford roof? I don't think anyone can do that at the moment. Anthony, if you'd like to tell us what you're doing recently, apart from obviously being away this week.
Yeah, I mean, you could tune in and you could watch the show we did on Wednesday, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, where we had a quiz. And obviously, you can find me on here, Sunday Night Takeaway. Also, you can find me on Jez's channel as well, on Arsenal History and more. Make sure you like and subscribe to every single one of these shows. They do brilliant shows, good content, and good panelists on there as well. Thank you for people in the chat. There's one more bit of news that I'm going to say. I've been actually playing Football Manager 24, and I've taken over a sacked manager, Jez Collins, and I finished second, and I won Arsenal the the Champions League, and I'll send the screenshot to you, Jez, to rub it in. All right, mate. No, I got rid of him, Ketty. Why'd you keep him? I don't understand why you kept him.
So, look, at the end of the day, you know, I don't take prisoners. And I went to the board and I just said to them, I want this and I want that. They told me off once. I went again and I lost 3 games on the bounce and they sacked me. So there you go.
I know. But it's surprising what another new manager can step in and do, isn't it? Anthony Herbert, just call me Herbert Chapman. That is quality.
Big up to Michael.ChelseaFC. Big up, guys. And Jez, love watching this channel. Jez is a top guy. I've started my own channel recently at Michael.ChelseaFC. Also, big up to the Goat Saves Football. Big up to yourself, ChelseaFC. And I hope the channel goes well for you as well. Big up, ChelseaFC. Old ant smoking manure again. Fuck it now. But people in the chat, again, appreciate you being in here. Some great content and comments from you and some great questions as well. We all love you being in with all of our channels that we do. Without you, it doesn't make it really. So thanks for being with us. And as Mama Floss is there, trust the process. TGSF.
Well, thanks for that, Mama. I tell you what, though, one thing I will say, Anthony, you didn't give me the abuse that I got from the Yeti when I got beat off FM24. Right?
Did you?
He went on and he went on and he went on about it, and I'm like, yeah, okay, fair enough. But I don't take prisoners. I just went and asked the board and gave them shit, and they didn't like it. They binned me. There you go.
Yeah. But that's the last time I'm giving everybody. That's the last time I'm giving Jess some stick because I would like an Arsenal mug and a key ring as well.
Yeah, we have got that quiz coming up actually. Kenny's back soon, very soon, and
trust the Yeti.
Yeah, so actually,
and you as well, Mama.
It's already been made. There you go. That's
that looks class, yes. That looks brilliant.
I like that.
So you're gonna have to be on your balls, mate, to win this. You're gonna have to be on your game to win that, mate.
Is it first or is it first and second can win that?
No, I want to do one. I'm not a bloody millionaire, you know.
The top four to the top four.
See, I want a mug. I want a mug with a picture of Jez sat in his chair, pointing like that, with a speech bubble coming out saying, "Arteta, you prick." That's the mug I'm waiting for.
Yeah, that won't happen. But you do get that as well. A little key ring. You do get that as well.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
I was a bit stupid. Sorry to delay your end of your show, Tony.
No, it's time. I just want to say for Lone Star, this is Jez's channel. Link up on there. Do you want to get onto his channel there, Lone Star? Sorry, Jez, go on.
Yeah. When I did those little history shows and I did a 10-question quiz in 2 parts, right? I said, right, you can win a channel mug with your name on it and everything like that. Yeah.
Big up, Jez.
Not Christ Almighty. The amount of people say, "Can I buy one? Can I buy one? Can I buy one?" And I said to the missus, I said, so she's just bought another 24 white blank mugs things, right? So I said, well, I don't know how much you'd sell them for. I don't know because, like, you know, I've no idea. Because I don't make them. She does. She makes them. Yeah. She makes key rings. It's all her stuff. But I just said, do one for the quiz show with when we get Anthony, Kenny, when Kenny comes back, Kyle and Jack. But I did say I would say to Jack, in fairness to Jack, because he's a Palace supporter. If he won the quiz, then I'd make him a Palace one, out of respect. So, so I've got loads of people now want to buy the bloody things. So I've got to sort that out now.
I seen Yeti's one, Jez. Yeti's because he did the video on Instagram.
Yeah, Seen
of
that.
the mug and the key ring. And I'll be honest with you, that I did like his mug. That was good. The only thing, that you did wrong, you had to bloody put the stars on there, didn't you? Yeah, that was the only thing you did wrong.
Mama's got one as well. I did one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said, "Hey, look, I love my mug and keyring." She's saying,
I actually like the Newcastle one better than Yeti's personally. But yeah, so now I've now unearthed or opened a can of worms now because people want to buy the bloody things, and I don't know how to do that. I'm not doing it for YouTube; they'll take 30%.
Yeah.
So I've got to do it.
I'll let you into a little secret. They sell them for £10 in Sports Direct.
What then?
Yeah, the mugs, Arsenal mugs, all of them. They're all £10.
Yeah,
big up, Rich.
These are customised. Got your name on them.
Oh right, well in that case, Jez, £10 plus the VAT. Yeah, £12.50. I do.
Yeah, I mean, the wife puts your name on it and all that.
Yeah.
Like I put on their tractor.
I said I would, wouldn't I? It'd be a tractor with an Arsenal badge on it. Yeah, I know you, Jez.
Just to let you know, there, Jez looks like Lone Star subscribed to you as well. So decent.
Thanks, Lone Star. Thank you.
Good stuff.
Anyway, sorry, Tony. Sorry.
No worries, mate. Last one for you before we go. Pepsi Pack's asking, does Jez know who Alan Smith's first Arsenal game was against?
Oh, crikey, that's a good question. Alan Smith, first game. Ooh, I actually don't know. Actually, I don't know. I don't.
There you go. That's good.
I don't know anything.
Steve Cox just saw Saka playing golf and falling over swinging his club. Brilliant.
Leicester.
Oh, there you go, Leicester.
Yeah, because we signed him from Leicester.
I was going to jump in and say Leicester, and I thought, nah, it can't be Leicester. It can't be Leicester. But anyway, yeah, fair play. I didn't know. I don't know.
No, that's fair. No, we're all keeping well, Rich. Thanks anyway. Hope you are as well. The goat's saying here, does Kai Havertz succeed at Arsenal? I hope not, but he's still a Chelsea legend. Yeah, well, if he carries on like he did in the Euros and that, he'll bring that into the new season. Apparently against my local team, Gloucester City, in a friendly 21st of July, 1987, 6-0 win. Oh, there you go. So that's what he's, first time he was featured. Wow. But panel and for the chat, thanks very much for your time. It's 2 hours and 12 minutes. We've had a great laugh here, etc. And this time we're not going to go out with an outro. We're just going to say goodnight and God bless and enjoy your week, everyone. And Anthony, have a great time down there. Remember, just make sure your amber light's working when you're going down or to Weymouth and that, because
hope the car don't break down.
Yeah.
Down the old A303, down the old Cornwall.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, Steve, I'll believe it as well because could just bet it. I want to look at that, see Saka falling over. Big up to the panel, big up to yourself as well. The goat. Yeah, all good. Do you think Starmer will last 5 years like Arteta? Well, if we all join his party like he's asked us to, we should be doing well. We'll be all right. Night all, night Mama, night Pepsi, night all tractor lovers.
Good night.
Night, Steve.
Take care.
2024 year of the truth, 100%. Anyway, we're going to take our leave and love yous. Take care for now. Bye-bye.
Carol.
Goodbye.